Hey everyone, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about a serious and growing threat: scams targeting American retirees. Criminals are getting incredibly clever, pretending to be from agencies like the Social Security Administration, and they're using these high-pressure tactics to get their hands on a lifetime of savings. So in this explainer, we are going to build a fortress of knowledge together to keep you and your loved ones safe.
And this quote from AARP really hits the nail on the head. This is the whole game right here. Scammers do not want you thinking clearly. Their entire strategy is designed to short-circuit your logical brain and get you reacting purely on emotion, whether it's fear, panic, or even a sudden burst of joy. They know that when our emotions are running high, logic just goes right out the window. And this is where things get really, really scary. Technology is making their jobs so much easier. We're not talking about those old, clunky emails with bad grammar anymore. No way. We're now up against artificial intelligence that can literally clone the voice of your grandchild, your son, your daughter, calling you up, sounding panicked, and begging you for money. It's chilling, and it's exactly why our own defenses have to get a whole lot smarter.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to walk through 6 clear layers of defense. First, we'll get inside their heads and understand their playbook. Then, we'll learn to spot the warning signs. And from there, we'll build out a full-on action plan to protect yourself and your family.
First things first, let's break down exactly how these criminals operate. And this isn't guesswork. This is based on official warnings straight from the Social Security Administration.
So the SSA has flagged 4 classic moves. Number 1, they impersonate someone you trust. Number 2, they invent a story, either a scary problem like your Social Security number has been suspended, or a tempting prize like a surprise benefit increase. 3, they pressure you, telling you that you have to act right now. And 4, and this one is the absolute dead giveaway, the way they ask for payment. If anyone, and I mean anyone, asks you to pay a government fine or fee with a gift card, crypto, or a wire transfer, it is 100%, without a doubt, a scam, period. They use those methods because the money is gone in a flash and it's almost impossible to trace. All right, let's talk about our first and most important layer of defense: your own gut feeling, your own awareness. This is all about building a human firewall inside your own head by seeing their psychological tricks for what they are. AARP points out that the first universal red flag is that the contact comes completely out of the blue. You weren't expecting a call, you didn't apply for anything, you didn't do anything wrong. This element of surprise is specifically designed to throw you off balance. Second, they immediately crank the emotion up to 11. They either want you in a full-blown panic, thinking your benefits are at risk, or they want you overjoyed, thinking you've won something amazing. Look, a real agency communicates calmly and professionally. Scammers thrive on creating chaos. And number 3, they always create a fake deadline. You have to do this in the next 30 minutes, or it's too late. This isn't about efficiency. It's a tactic to stop you from taking a breath, thinking things through, and most importantly, calling a family member to ask, "Hey, does this sound weird to you?" So what's our countermove? AARP calls it the active pause, and this is probably the most powerful tool you have. The second you feel those red flags pop up, the surprise call, the high emotion, the intense pressure, you have to consciously force yourself to just stop. Take a step back, take a breath, and ask yourself one simple question: does this actually make any sense? That little pause is like a circuit breaker. It breaks the scammer's spell and lets your logical brain get back in the driver's seat. Okay, so you've spotted the red flags. Now what? Let's build our next layer of defense, your immediate action plan. What do you do right in that moment? It's incredibly simple, but believe me, it takes guts. Step 1, end the contact. The single best, most effective thing you can do is just hang up the phone. Don't argue, don't explain, just hang up. And step 2, this one's a no-brainer, but it has to be said: never, ever give out personal info like your card details, passwords, or social security number to someone who called you out of the blue. And finally, step 3 is to verify things on your own terms. If a little part of you is worried, thinking, but what if it's real? You take back control. You don't call the number they gave you. You don't click their link. No, you go find the official contact info yourself. For the Social Security Administration, that means calling 800-772-1213 or logging into your account at the official website, ssa.gov. So we've covered reacting in the moment. Now let's shift gears and get proactive. Let's talk about using technology to build a digital fortress around your finances before the scammers even get a chance to call. The basic call blocker on your phone is okay, but it's reactive. It's like playing whack-a-mole. You block one number and 2 more pop up. These modern anti-spam apps, though, are proactive. Think of them like having a bouncer for your phone. They use these massive global databases to identify and block scam calls before your phone even rings. A lot of them will even show you a little warning, like suspected spam, which is a huge help. Now this is a fantastic concept that more and more banks are starting to offer. Think of it as a financial co-pilot. You can actually designate a trusted person, like your son, daughter, or a close friend, to get an alert for any transaction over a certain amount, let's say $500. And that transaction won't go through until they give it the okay. It's a brilliant safety net that creates a cooling off period and adds a second set of eyes on big payments. And there are other powerful tools too. You can probably go into your banking app right now and set daily limits on how much money can be transferred or withdrawn. And you can look into something called a credit freeze, which basically locks down your credit report so that no one, not even you, can open a new line of credit in your name. It's an amazing defense against identity theft. Look, even with the best defenses, sometimes the bad guys get through. It can happen to anyone. So let's tackle the biggest fear. What do you actually do if a scam works? The key is having a clear, calm emergency plan ready to go. Okay, here is your emergency checklist. First, and this is the most critical, call your bank immediately. The faster you act, the better chance you have of stopping the payment. Second, if you gave out your social security number, your first stop online should be IDtheft.gov. It's the official government site and will give you a step-by-step recovery plan. Third, call the AARP Fraud Watch Network. They have a free helpline with experts who can guide you. And finally, file a report with your local police. This creates an official record, which is really important. And this brings us to our final and maybe our most important layer of defense. It's not about technology or plans, it's about people. It's about the community and the family around us. You know, the psychological damage from a scam can be absolutely devastating. People often feel this deep sense of shame or embarrassment, and it can stop them from telling anyone what happened. So for all the family and friends out there, this is so important. If someone you love is scammed, the absolute last thing they need is criticism or judgment. They need empathy. They need you to listen and to help them fix it without any blame. And this is how family can be truly proactive. Make it normal to talk about new scams you hear about. Offer to take 15 minutes to help install one of those anti-spam apps on their phone. Maybe go with them to the bank to talk about setting up transaction limits. These simple, supportive actions can make a world of difference. So when you boil it all down, it comes to this. Your best weapons are knowledge, vigilance, and the pure, simple confidence to just hang up the phone. That is your ultimate power move. And remember, no legitimate company or government agency will ever pressure you to make a financial decision on the spot. So I want to leave you with this final thought. What is one conversation, just one, that you can have today with your parents, your grandparents, your neighbors, your friends? One simple conversation that can make your entire family just a little bit safer. Thanks so much for your time.